Oh, it's a great question. So when I was 19, I read Electric Kool-Aid Acid Test, and that has a bus in it. And basically, ever since then, I was like, really like the idea of merry pranksters. I really like the idea of just showing up in a way that's a little bit absurd. Because what we're doing, I think, in life is a little bit absurd. Um, just the way that we function as a society is so weird to me. And so far as like we go to the store and shop for lemons is a strange incident, and then we're not allowed to make eye contact with each other, according to whom. But if you do, you can get some, you can get some eye contact back. Sometimes it's not necessarily, but if you are a spectacle, if you kind of become and lean into the part where you're a spectacle and you're not afraid of being seen, I think that it's something that's very empowering for people who witness it, for people who come across things that aren't necessarily like, it doesn't break any rules. You're not breaking any rules, but you are breaking uh, paradigms that people are kind of used to. And I think for most people who interact with the bus and who draw on the bus, it's the first time that they've ever. Many times it's the first time they've ever graffitied something. It's the first time they've ever been asked to draw on a city bus. It's the first time that they've ever seen anybody play music on top of a city bus. It's the first time as a musician they've ever played music on top of a city bus. So I think that if you shake up in a polite way. I use this term. It's an inappropriate term, but like if you shake the baby, but the baby being like what you think is supposed to happen, just as a human being. This bus kind of represents for me all of the things that that are perfectly legal but weird. It's like this life is absurd, so why not reflect that back? And when you do that as a performance artist, as a visual artist, even speaking with people, you start to open up the permission slip. If you're giving people the permission to show up as themselves, I think it's a really powerful just object. And very oftentimes we just stay in our own lanes, to a point where it can be a fault. It's just something that holds us back a little bit, and in a way where we're not held back in that way when we're on the jungle gym or we're in the monkey bars as a kids. So a lot of this is about awakening that childlike joy. It's about giving permission where there's just normally walls that are put up with people. Um, and I said to my wife, I said to her, next year I'll be 40. This was a couple years ago. But I said to her, next year I'll be 40. And just saying that sentence really, I was like, oh, nice. I am totally allowed to have a midlife crisis right now. Like, that's what people expect. So I'm just going to frame it as that. But the reality is, it's just something that, I guess this is what a midlife crisis is. Like a midlife crisis is, oh, I've been wanting to do this since I was a teenager, and now I'm just going to do it. Now I've got the motorcycle. Now I've got the, cool sports car. But for me, it was a bus. Um, and the idea of the bus being that you can get on the bus, you can bring a lot of people in here, you can show up with a lot of people, you can show up with a lot of ideas and a lot of creativity and invite freedom. I think that, and I think that that can go farther than just the initial impact of interacting with a bus on a one-off. It's like perhaps the question just arising of what rules have I made up for myself that aren't really rules, like don't smile at someone at the grocery store in the milk aisle. Don't like make a weird face at someone, just Like just stay in color in the lines, because that's the only option. This is the option to color outside of the lines. It's the option to show up as the sort of music festival version of yourself, as the version of yourself that might, how you might show up on Halloween, how you might show up on New Year's Eve. It's like a rolling holiday. The idea being that, this is a place where it's like a little bubble that you can carry with you,